Hello guys, good morning.
Good morning.
How's your
It's a
Monday?
Monday morning.
We love Mondays. Yes?
It's Live Monday.
Yes.
So welcome back to Unscripted. Today, as the topic says, we're gonna talk about 5 things we've been forced to learn this year. Tough lessons.
Hey, you guys, this year has run.
It has, yeah, it's gone really fast.
So first, I'm so surprised. Like the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, October is over. Like we literally have 2 months and the year is like done. You know,
It's done.
now it's forcing us to start thinking like, oh my gosh, all those goals we set for this year, where are we at?
Yeah, about that.
Yes. Anyway, we hope your year has gone well.
Yeah, and it's about to be over well.
Yes.
We're gonna
yes,
say that.
Yes.
Alright, cool. So we're gonna start with the 5 things that we've actually been forced, like life has really forced us to learn these things. For us to get to another level, it's really like pushed us to get to this. And
Yeah.
hopefully you can relate to this type of.
Yeah. And if you have any other lessons that you have learned this year, please leave in the comments below.
Yeah, share.
Yes.
Alright, cool. You wanna start with the first one?
What's that?
Okay, so the first thing that we've actually had to intentionally learn is discipline. And where discipline is when you are supposed to do something and you don't feel like doing it, but you end up doing it.
And you
I think
still do it.
that's when you start mastering what discipline is really like. When you know you're supposed to go to the gym and you're waking up in the morning and you don't feel like doing it, you just like leo manze leo nalala. Today is no. Then you wake up and actually do it, then you're mastering discipline.
Yes.
That's a very important thing we've learned throughout every level: mental growth, physical growth, spiritual growth, like doing things intentionally
Yeah.
to master the principle of discipline.
And we're not saying that we have mastered discipline. It's
Yeah.
it's a continuous process.
Yeah.
We still struggle, like we're humans. We still struggle with. I still struggle with everything. Sometimes I don't like Mondays. I have to repeat it to myself, like Sarah, we love Mondays. You know, I don't want to eat healthy, but hey, you have to. You know, it's a continuous process where you have to remind yourself continuously, like yo, if I want this kind of results, there's some discipline that I need to have to actually get there.
Yes, that's very true. Discipline is important, and I think it's a very important principle to success. So everything that we know we are grateful to God to have accomplished, it has had to go through the process of discipline, this, having to be consistent in what you're doing and disciplined mentally, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So the second thing,
Resilience.
Yes.
Ooh, I love that word. Resilience.
yeah.
Yes.
Resilience is one of the most I think difficult things to actually attain. Reason being is we as humans sometimes tend to give up really fast. But this is the thing, it's like a muscle. It's like a muscle, you grow it, right? It's weak in the beginning, but if you consistently go through things that have to get you to be strong and resilient, you attain a certain level of resilience whereby when things come your way, oh, I'm going through this. Like I am gonna go through this regardless. You develop that sense of resilience that you never give up, right? Like you are just so strong mentally, and it's a mental game than anything else. It's more of a mental game. So resilience, even in our business, in our relationship, in our friendships, like we go through those heartaches whereby if you're aware, if you're self-aware that hey, I have to develop this resilience, this principle, then with time you develop it in such a way that when things come your way, you're able to just not give up, you're able to be strong mentally, you're able to go through it, unajua. And then the things that you were going through 2 years ago, unaziangalia, you're like, this is nothing now. Like let something bigger come so that I can actually even be more resilient. Unajua? Yeah.
You are in, you are like, how do I even get out of here? But you still out of, and then you went into, like, things come with seasons.
Yeah.
And whatever that you have right now, you'll get through that.
Yeah.
And then it just creates resilience.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very good thing to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3.
All right.
You have to make it intentional to cultivate relationships with your family. This is something that, hey, now this is where we have been forced to know that you have to make it intentional to cultivate relationships with your family. You know, growing up, especially family and friends, people are close to you, right? Growing up, when people are in your like in your life, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, I mean, you're like, they're my sisters.
Yeah.
They are my mom.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but when you start growing up and then you develop your own individualism, you know, you start realizing your own identity. You know, you may be family members, but you have your own individuality, you have your own everything, like separate from your family members. And you have to put in time, make it intentional to cultivate relationships with your sisters, your brothers, your mom, your dad. You have to make it intentional. You know, I'm not perfect. Nope. Still learning, doing that.
Yeah, it's an intentional thing, by the way. It's very, very true. I remember one of my brother told me at some point, it's like, oh, you might think we're just brothers, or your parents are just there, because you end up, oh, I love them, yeah, you know what's there, I care for them, but it's gotta be like intentional thing. And trust you me, yes, we are working on that individually with both our parents, or both our family members basically, and also our friends. Like, we're trying to do that intentionally. We're not perfect, again.
Definitely.
This is a process.
It's a process.
And it takes awareness, it takes intentional moments, so that you can say, yo, I'm gonna call my brother today. I'm gonna call my sister today. I'm gonna call my mom or
because
my
they're
dad.
also going through life. You know, there are things they're doing, they're developing them by themselves. So you have to make it intentional, like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? You know, how is your mental? How is your physical? How is your emotional? You know, like, you have to make it intentional to have those conversations with them.
Yeah.
And then something also, in a relationship, this is also something that we learned, you know, when you, like, as a couple, you have to make it intentional now to have a relationship with the other, your partner's family members. You know, it's not going to happen naturally. Don't depend on your spouse to make that relationship for you. Don't say like, like, my partner is going to help me make a relationship with their family. No, you have to make a relationship with them separate away from your partner. You have to make it intentional to have a relationship with their mother, their father, their sisters, their brother. It's still a struggle for me, but I'm trying. I'm just like, I'm not perfect with these things. I'm just like, I'm not perfect with these things that you're sharing. Is something that we are, working on still.
It's still a struggle for me, but I'm trying. Yes, we are both actually. It's not easy, honestly.
Yeah, it's not easy,
Yeah, it's not. Okay, cool. The fourth one is conflict resolution. So basically, this is, I think, has been a very, very, very forced process, whereby we'd have to look at how we're resolving our conflicts, And I mean, I think one of the things that has always come up over and over is, hey, look at the issue, not the person, right? You claim you love this person, I claim I love her, then I have to look at the issue that's bothering us and separate that issue from who she is as a person. It's hard as shit. It's hard to do that. But, if we talk about it and we decide to make it intentional, to always sit down and say, you know what, this is the problem. How can we solve this problem? Okay, I still love you. I freaking love you. But how do we solve this as a problem? How willing are you to solve this as a problem? So it's looking at the issue, not the person. That has been one of the major things in terms of conflict resolution. And yes, we'll face other issues moving forward, and we'll try as much as possible to go back to that principle of looking at, this is the issue and you are a person. You're separate from the issue, and let's figure out how to solve the issue, because I still love you unconditionally.
Yes. So you're able to separate, like, you fight together, not at each other.
Yeah.
Like, every time you have an issue, you you stand together on one side and the issue is on one side, you know.
Yeah.
And also what it helps you do is have a better relationship with other people. You know, it doesn't just like leave it just in the relationship, it extends to the people like around you. I realize like now I'm able to communicate myself better to other people. Like when people are like annoying you or they're doing something, you're able to not just be mad at them, being able to just articulate it very well, like, you know what, this, I don't like this. But you stand together and you're like, no, I don't like this particular thing. It's not like I don't like you as a person. No, I don't like this. And we need to change this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know this was a ship of Africa. This is so dope.
this is a ship of Africa.
Yeah, it's a ship of Africa, and then it's a head. It's a hair.
Okay.
It's very nice.
Okay, number 5, protecting a relationship from outside. Ooh, I think every couple out there can really relate, and sometimes maybe it takes you longer to realize that, but you have to protect your relationship from everybody.
Everybody.
Literally, like, yeah, what I'm doing that is like the realization of like you actually have to protect your relationship, you know. Even when there's a video we did when we were sharing about how much you need to share to your family members or your friends, like that was, we learned that the hard way, you know. We started protecting it from, yes, sometimes our family members, yes, we love them so much, but still you have to protect your relationship from your family members and even friends.
Yeah.
And with that, we you know, you learn how to choose your friends, especially in relationships. Like how which friends do you want to let into your relationship? You know, we talked previously about how, you know, friends affect the balance of your relationship. You know, they have their opinions, they have their, you know, their thinking, and they will just impose that on you. So you have to, and then we're all human beings, you know, regardless of you being so good to everybody, doesn't mean everybody's going to be good for you, you know, and that's just the truth. So not all people are going to be happy for you. Yeah. Like not all people are going to, even family included. Yes, family included. Not every person is going to be happy for you. And it's okay, but you have to have that realization, like not everybody is for you. You know, some people are not like literally like happy for you. So we learned the hard way how to protect our relationship, you know. Like our relationship tumeiweka hapa, like there's an extent we let people in to our relationship.
Yeah, it's very important because these are external forces that can really change the dynamics of what your relationship is. Because you're all human, we get influenced in so many other ways.
Indirectly, before even you realize it.
Yeah, in what you watch, in what you listen to, in a lot of things. So it's very important to intentionally, again, do that. Intentionally protect your relationship from outside forces that might have, you know, negative impact towards your relationship, you know, sure. So it's finding couples that, you know, have a positive impact, blah blah blah. There's a lot of things to it, you know. Yes. But the whole gist of it is just being able to protect yourself from outside influence that can negatively impact your relationship, you know, and know what to share and what not to share. Okay. So yeah. Yes. Awesome.
So that's the 5 things. There are many, but we decided to share those 5 things.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So I hope you have watched our other videos.
Yes. Thank you for everybody who's watched our last video. I think that was so emotional for us. And we've been able to share it to a few people. So thank you again.
Thank you for our family that is growing. We love you. Thank you for the comments that you leave us. Thank you for everybody who DMs us. We love you and we appreciate it.
Thank you again.
Thank you so
continue
much.
Subscribing,
Yes.
share the information, and love if you like.
Yes, videos every Monday and every Friday.
Yes. Again, I'll recap this real quick. So discipline is one principle that you have to learn. Resilience is another one. You have to make it intentional to cultivate relationships. That is the third one. The fourth one, you have to learn how to resolve issues, conflict resolution. And the fifth one is protecting your relationships. Again, until next time, out unscripted.